Please insert this too. So I think we do this. Because I've never swapped a disc on whatever this is, so I'm hoping that's right. Why else would it give us the option? One would think. And it is right, because we're in Winhill. Uncle Laguna, there's someone here to see you. Me? What's this person look like? He was wearing funny clothes and talking in the rain right now. Oh my god, kid, you're from Boston too? Is he at the pub? Yup. That's why I came over to get you, Uncle Laguna. Am I a good girl? No, you're not, goddammit. Now go to your room for 10,000 years. It's dangerous to be out there by yourself. There's monsters. Monsters? There's no monsters, Uncle. It's Boston. And since you're such a cute little girl, the monsters will especially be after you. They'll catch you and then they'll suck out all your blood. If anything like that's gonna happen, Uncle Laguna's gonna cry. I'll be okay. I'll just call you Uncle Laguna, and you'll come and rescue me. Oh, children. And my analog aren't working. The fuck? Weird. The analog is not working at all. Strange. Nothing. Just nothing. Oh, she's a good girl now. She waited. This house has... It looks like Vash the Stampede's been here. Yup. Oh, I keep doing it. Oh, this better come back. Like, is there even an option to use the fucking... I don't even know what that means. Oh, wow. Apparently, the PlayStation decided that I wasn't going to have the analog settings. Da, 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 da. You understand alone? Now go to your room and play. I have a magnificent jumper on. I got in trouble. That's because you broke your promise. Too bad. Laguna, use proper English when speaking to alone. I got in trouble. Too bad. Nice little shared laugh. And Kiros. It's been a while, Laguna. My man! What you doing, Holmes? I ain't seen you for ages. Every time I meet you, I start talking black again. He's Uncle Laguna's friend. He dresses funny, but he's not a bad guy. Is it going, bro? Yeah, you too, man. You too. How long has it been? You know, a grand escape from Centra? Well, that was about the last half of Disc 1, just before we went to Galbadia. A year or so. So it's a year since they jumped off that lunatic Pandora cliff. I was bedridden for over 6 months. It seemed like every bone in my body was in pieces. I nursed him back to health. Thank you for taking good care of Laguna. I was able to recover in about a month or so. Ever since then, I've been searching for you. Feel guilty. Taste my guilt. Just killing time, I guess. Life's pretty boring without you as entertainment, my man. That's a harsh thing to say. I've been living a productive life, goddammit. But Rain understands what he means, because there's definitely something exciting pretty much all the time when Laguna's involved. What's Ward up to? Ward quit the army too. Luckily he found a job and he's working pretty hard. What's he doing? He's a janitor down at the D District prison, which we're going to be going to pretty soon. Can't picture him mopping floors, but I'm glad he's doing well. Oh, he never got his voice back. You know, it's one of the most bizarre plot points in this entire game, but for some reason Ward can't speak anymore. But it does say he was injured his throat in the battle, so I suppose that makes a bit of sense. How about Julia? The one that got away. You mean Julia the singer? That's right. Laguna really admired her and always frequented the nightclub. Shut up. God damn it, there's a bitch here. I'm trying to do this one too, heroes. Be more subtle. Julia used to sing at the nightclub. She played piano. Then the first song she released was Eyes on Me, inspired by Laguna. I didn't think you listened to music. Come on, he's got long hair. At least use the correct stereotype. The song's about being in love. I really like it. Oh, punch to the gut. She got married to some General Caraway. Boom, son. Guy's done well for himself. Which, if General Caraway married Julia, does that mean Rinoa is Julia's daughter? I read in a magazine that her true love went off to war and never came back. General Caraway comforted her while she was feeling down. That's how they got to know each other. God damn it. He came in there when she was weak. Took her out. Come on, Laguna. You were that soldier. This is a fucking story about you. Ah. You can tell Laguna's changed. He's matured a lot from his reckless days, his cavalier days as a soldier. I think the fairies are here. So that's interesting. So basically, folks, Laguna, Kiros and Ward can tell that something's not right in these sections. They can tell that there's some kind of outside influence. They just don't know what it is. So they've been calling it fairies. They've been blaming it on mysticism, on some kind of deity or god or something spiritual of that nature. But what it is us coming back and watching their memories or their journey at this time. Because it is time travel, I guess. And we're influencing them and we're instilling these characters with our strengths because we conjunction. So that's why he said just then, you know, we're going to do some guard duty, we're going to go and do a sweep for monsters, and because the fairies are here, it's going to be easy. And he said that because whenever we're with them, they're stronger than they normally are. And they know this, they just don't know why. So there's this interesting, you know, realization for the characters that they're understanding something is askew, they just don't know what. Why did you stay? No? What exactly do you do here? I talk to the damn customers! The only ones still left in town are old people, children, chocobos, dogs and cats. And I'm sure you've noticed, but the monsters have made their way into town. This here town took real good care of me. So basically I want to return that kindness. You're looking at the Monster Hunter of Winhill. Oh yeah. So as of today, you'll be my assistant, bitch. We're to patrol the town up to the town entrance. If we see anyone in need along the way, we help them. That's our basic duty. So once again, because this is a no leveling run, I'm going to be running away. So we're not really going to be doing a very good job in the grand scheme of things. These enemies are all piss weak, base level stuff. Not worth our time whatsoever. But this music is, because this song is amazing. Such a good tune. We should really junction encounter none if we haven't. I think we have though. Because he should be Squall, yeah. Encounter half, sorry, we don't have encounter none. We need to make sure the GFs are learning the right stuff because they're breaking my balls with this. That's lightning magic refined, that's boost, we don't want boost. We're not going to be summoning them. Oh, come on, lady. Learn some of these. Some of the good ones. I wish you could prioritise what they learned. See, that's fine. I'll have her learn that any day. That one's fine. That one's fine. That is not fine. That's a naughty Diablos. Status magic. We need that. Especially for D District Prison. And we're not going to have it in time for D District Prison because we're at D District Prison. And there's a couple of mandatory fights too, so that's going to suck. There's a little trick here as well. You actually have money as Laguna, but it's Laguna's money, it's not our money. So if you spend it here, you can keep the items when we're back as Squall, but none of the deficit. Which is kind of mean to Laguna, but, you know, it benefits us in the long run. This is another interesting town where I wish there was more to do in it, because aside from a side quest with some vase fragments, which I'm not going to be doing, because the side quests in this game, all they really get you is Phoenix Pinions. And Phoenix Pinions are powerful, but anything but Phoenix Pinions. She seems like a really nice person, but easily taken in by a hotshot. A hotshot, huh? I guess I am kind of hot. Shot. Yep, let's get back. So now that we've done all this way, we can go all the way back. Not the most interesting part of the game when you're not killing monsters, but... Ooh, this is interesting. The people at this shop really don't like Laguna. But we have 3,000, so we should buy 3 tents. Just to get those Curagas rolling. Make our journey a little bit simpler. But it's kind of been an interesting playthrough this because, as I mentioned, I've not done any drawing farming or any AP farming because I can't. Well, I can now, but I couldn't before. So a lot of the abilities, a lot of my junctioning, all of it is much, much weaker. So I kind of like that actually. Because the low-level playthrough, I've never done one before until the other day. And I was just super surprised at the scaling of the game, because the game scales, and the lower end scaling is really weak compared to the later end scaling. Like, I would go as far as to say that without junctioning knowledge, the game is harder playing it normally than it is playing it like this. Although, it almost seems like it should be the other way around. So basically, Laguna wants to be a writer, he wants to be a journalist. And Kiros has talked to the chief editor at Timber Maniacs, the place we were in Timber, to give him a little foot in the door. Laguna's got some good friends, man. Run away! Get away! But there's a site called Did You Know Gaming, and they do some awesome facts about games that you probably don't know. My only criticism is they don't do enough. Like, I'm so hungry for information, it's ridiculous, and I want to go on a Final Fantasy binge and just learn about a ton of stuff I've never heard of. Like all the eclectic shit that's really difficult to find, and they don't have that much. Too much publicity and you get all those tourists and stuff. You're afraid somebody might come and take Rain away. Laguna, you've changed, man. You have changed, Laguna. A lot. He's grown up. He's realised that there's more to life than himself, and it's a very big transition for any man to make, for any person to make. That's one of my main criticisms of Final Fantasy XII as well. The character development was just completely flat. Like, I didn't like anybody. I liked the judges more than I liked the main characters, because it was always to the point. There was never any moments where you just did this. There was no exposition, there was no development, it was always for a purpose of combat, or like just getting to the next place where they could tell you that somebody'd been an arsehole, so you had to kill them. His crude way of speaking, I don't know if he has aspirations as a journalist. Every time I try and have a serious conversation, he avoids it. I can't stand his snoring, and he talks in his goddamn sleep. But Alone likes him, and she wants them all to be together. But in spite of all his flaws, you can tell that Rain likes him. And I do think that's what Final Fantasy lost when Hironobu Sakaguchi went. A lot of the emotion from the stories, a lot of the character moments. And don't get me wrong, there's moments in this game and in the other ones that are terrible. You know, JRPG up the yazoo, cliched, some of it's got bad writing, some of it is, you know, it's not great, but they tried. They put it in there for better or for worse. And I played this game quite young, so it stuck with me. And like, the new games they're so just transparent. There's no depth at all to them. There's no subtlety. There's it just upsets me. I've exterminated no monsters because I want Final Fantasy to be great again, and it didn't. But the thing is, I'm sounding kind of like an old guy, because to some people these new Final Fantasies are the first ones they're playing, and they really like them. So to them, they are great. They're the equivalent of this, and 7 and 6 and stuff. Which, I guess that's just a sign of the times, really. It's like when I look back at coming-of-age movies, and you've got, you know, like your Breakfast Club and your 16 Candles and your Ferris Bueller and all that kind of stuff. Those old schooly coming-of-age movies for a different generation. Then you have our version, or my version, which were the 90s ones, to the 2000s, which was the American Pies and stuff. And then you look at the ones they've got today, like, they're just not good. I get scared sometimes. I'm scared of waking up somewhere else. I'm scared of not seeing Alone. Scared of not seeing Rain. What happened to me, man? What is this feeling? And he has changed. And like, you don't really do much in Winhill. It's pretty just standard, but it's such a better game because of it for me, because it gives you this this progression on Laguna as a guy, from this goofy soldier to still a goofy guy, but trying to be a better man. But back to the old crew, asking how Laguna's doing. But Zell didn't see Laguna, because Zell went with Ward, and as we just saw, Ward was not with Kiros and Laguna. So after that fix in Centra, Ward's been all alone, and he's working in a prison, and he's bored out of his mind. All he wants to do is be with Laguna. Wow, wow, wow. And we still don't know why those moments are happening. So let's talk to Rinoa. Yep. Wasn't he from Galbadia? He was indeed. Could he be in this prison? Selfie wants to break out. Quistis is probably more passive. She's thinking about Squall. Another one of those moments where I've got to trip it in a certain order for it to continue. And that was it. Talk to everybody, then talk to Rinoa. Correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't you supposed to be Ward in their dream world? Just now I was. Does this room look familiar? Now you come to mention it, it does look familiar. This is the prison that Ward works at. So this was the part when I first played Final Fantasy VIII that I stopped playing. I hated this place. Absolutely hated it, because all it is identical rooms for like 20 floors of random battles. It's just so soul destroying the first time you play it. But now I've done it a few times. I don't really mind it because there's a couple of good opportunities to play cards, and you can always use Encounter None if you've actually got it, unlike me.